On Saturday, November 22, 2025, Tropical Cyclone Fina, which formed over the Timor Sea on November 19, rapidly intensified into a Category 3 storm, affecting northern Australia, including the Tiwi Islands and the Darwin coastline, with winds of up to 205 kilometers per hour and heavy rainfall. The storm was outside the normal cyclone season pattern and marked the first early start to the season in Australia in 12 years.
Damn! Rootie's gonna come off,
eh? On Saturday morning, the storm strengthened to a Category 3 storm and moved over Van Diemen's Bay. The storm's path included passing south of Melville Island, re-entering the bay, and approaching Darwin by the afternoon. Radar and satellite data indicated that Fina was a tight but very intense system, meaning it had a limited geographic extent but was packing very high winds and rainfall at its center. The system was last reported to be located 45 to 60 kilometers north of Darwin and 30 to 40 kilometers south of Wormyang, moving at 7 to 8 kilometers per hour. Sustained winds of 130 to 150 kilometers per hour and gusts of up to 205 kilometers per hour were reported. From midday, trees were downed and roads were blocked. Balconies, signs, and light structures were at risk. There were widespread power outages in Darwin, Palmerston, surrounding villages, and parts of the Tiwi Islands, with limited communications and lighting at night. In Darwin, gale-force winds were felt, increasing in intensity over the next few hours. People were advised to stay indoors, stay away from windows, and secure their belongings. The Tiwi Islands experienced very damaging winds of up to 205 kilometers per hour. On the south coast of Melville Island, the wind was able to snap tree trunks and dislodge light structures. Emergency warnings were issued for the Wormyanga, Perlanjimpi, and Milikapiti areas to help residents prepare. Cyclone Fina's cloud bands dropped 100 to 200 millimeters of rain across northern Australia. The heaviest rainfall was reported on the Tiwi Islands and Darwin's northern coast, with total rainfall forecast to reach 300 millimeters in some parts of Darwin. There is a risk of flash flooding not only in Darwin, but also along the coastline between the Tiwi Islands and Point Stewart and Dundee Coast. Low-lying areas, riverside campsites, and farmland should be monitored closely. Cyclone Fina showed that high intensity can be dangerous even in small, concentrated systems. People should secure their properties, secure light objects, and avoid low-lying areas. Prompt warnings and following advice from local authorities are essential to prevent damage and save lives. Warning Cyclone Fina reminded us that preparedness is key to saving lives and property. If you live in northern Australia or plan to travel to these areas, be sure to follow weather warnings and take the necessary safety measures. If you found this video useful, like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to always have access to the latest weather news and warnings.